Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first video on our channel. Today I'm going to be going over what I've been doing within the past, I would say, month and a half. I've been very radio silent on what I've been adding, but I've been posting a lot of polls, so I'm going to try to kind of chime you in on everything I've been doing, but trust me, it's a lot. Now I won't be going over everything because if I do, this video will literally be 2 hours old or 2 hours long. So I'm going to stick with the more notable stuff and the bigger changes and let you discover all the other really small ones because again, I don't have time to go over every single one of them. So to start off, Convoy. Convoy is getting a massive nerf, not loot-wise, but difficulty-wise. I've noticed that a lot of solos, or even sometimes duos or trios, just cannot take it. It's really difficult, but I finally nerfed the Convoy event as a whole. I nerfed the amount of NPC spawn from 12 to 8. I also nerfed their roaming speed, so they won't charge at you just instantly. They'll actually kind of sit back, they'll fire, and then they will charge. Hopefully this kind of just helps out a little bit with the whole just rushing you. Because I knew that was a really big problem with it, is that they would literally, 12 NPCs would just bomb rush you, and there's nothing you could have done. I also made their weapons a little bit less accurate, so it kind of helps with the whole you getting sprayed down by both Bradley and 8 NPCs at once. Now, obviously, I still want this to keep it as a harder plugin, but when I had it before, it was just insanely, stupidly hard. I also docked their health from 125 to 110. Hopefully all these changes is going to make the event a lot more enjoyable, and overall it's just going to help newer players take it down because it's a really cool plugin, but it's honestly a shame that not a lot of people can take it because it's still a harder plugin or a harder event, but unfortunately it's on the mainland and it kind of goes through everything, so I'm still finding a very good balance between that, and I'll keep you guys updated on what else I do with it. Secondly, the on-screen UI. It is being completely removed. I thought people liked this. I personally did, but I guess not, and we are fully removing it. It's not really that big of a change, but it's just kind of a more kind of aesthetic look to the server. I never really liked info being on my screen with a lot of modded servers having just tons of useless crap on your screen. I never really liked that, so I kept mine to the very basics, but everyone wants it gone, so it's going. This will actually help the server a lot with optimization because posting all that info on your screen 24/7 to many other players actually docks a lot of the performance off of the server, so hopefully this will improve. Now, the big one, VIP. Is it coming? Yes, it is coming. When? I have no idea. I've been constantly being caught up with other projects that I needed to get done ASAP. Projects. I have a few other smaller ones to do as the time I'm recording this, but VIP is scheduled to come out either next week or the week after. I'm sorry I've been delaying this so much. It's just a lot of work with one single dev doing a ton of different stuff. I'm running the Discord, advertising the servers, making tons of edits, making tons of cinematics to actually go with the edits and increase server pop. It's a lot. Hopefully this is going to be the biggest project for now. I will still be adding new events. Those will also be big projects, but those will be later down the road. Once VIP comes out, I'm not really going to release any type of new VIP with it. It's going to stay as the 4-tier package that I did with the last servers I had. I will also be keeping the lifetime for the VIP packages. I never really believed in monthly subscriptions for servers. I just thought that was kind of stupid. And if you know me, I don't do these servers for money at all. I do them for the community and overall just to have a cool Rust server. I think it's pretty cool. So again, this is scheduled either to come out next week or the week after, depending on when I'm posting this. I'm not 100% sure when this is going to be completely out because this is a massive, huge kind of change for the servers. I know for Rusty Ducky, it also took me a really long time because I had a bunch of other things to do alongside this, but hopefully it's going to come out relatively soon. So moving on to more things, we are actually scrapping Bradley Island as a whole. It's been a very long time since it's been in our servers. It actually was in our last servers, just a way less better design, if that makes sense, but we are completely removing it today within this wipe. I'm since replacing it with smaller launch site or a more condensed version of launch site. It still has the puzzle, Bradley, and all the really cool buildings that launch site features, but it's just more condensed in a smaller format. I will also be doing the same with train yard and water treatment. I'm not sure about power plant yet, but those two monuments, those are more staple or more fan favorite of the monuments, so I'm going to be doing those first. But you should see some more vanilla condensed monuments coming within the next wipe or two. That is the plan for new custom monuments. I also do have another one coming. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on our 5x 1 grid. I might be saving it for our 2x, but it is the oil refinery. Now this monument is an absolute beast. This thing is huge. This thing is like a 2x2 grid. It is a massive, massive monument. I'm not even sure how I'm going to fit it on the 5x. Again, I might just save it for the 2x. It's literally a huge monument. I can barely fit. It's basically the size of Bradley Island. And the biggest problem with Bradley Island is that it took so much time to set that up, and it just sometimes I had to cram it into the map, and it was just really weird looking. I didn't like it. So I'm going to stick with launch site. And the oil refinery plant is literally the same size as Bradley Island. It is a massive, massive monument. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I might just reserve it for our 2x. Some final notes before I end the video is the shop plugin is going to get fully revamped. I'm going to be adding more guns, redoing the prices, and overall redoing the entire economy for the server. I feel like looks really rushed with all the same prices, and overall it's just going to make it much better, more actually usable, because I know there's not a lot of stuff to buy in it right now, and no one buys anything from it, so that should be changing pretty soon. Our Discord's been getting some love too. I removed a bunch of the useless kind of channels, and also kind of just permissions and miscellaneous stuff I removed and kind of fed out of the server just to make it more organized and more condensed. I removed the changelog channel. I never really used it, and instead I'm replacing it with these devblogs. Supply drops and Bradley crates also got a massive buff. I've noticed that Bradley crates were usually very, very bad in some circumstances. It was just really trash loot. So I fed out all of the components, and I replaced them with better tier items. I also removed all tier 2 weapons from them. And for supply signals, I didn't change any of the loot in them. I instead made it so every time you drop a supply signal, you would normally get 5 to 6 items. Now you get 5 to 12 items. So now it's way more worth dropping them. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's dev vlog. I know it was kind of short on the time scale wise. I don't really have a lot to go over. But next week, I'm going to be dropping new monuments. I'm going to be dropping all of the new events, possibly our new 2x server. I might be waiting on that. That's all for today's video. If you guys have any suggestions or overall questions, please let me know in the Discord or in the comments below. We're also looking for staff members. If you are interested in that, please let us know in our Discord, and we can send you over our staff application. Other than that, have a great day.